Hey everyone, welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about how to respond to the question, is this a pyramid scheme? Because I promise you that you will be asked this question multiple times throughout your career as a network marketing professional. Alright, so the first thing that you need to remember is that most people are not asking you this question to personally attack you. Okay, so don't go get offended by it. I've seen so many leaders tense up and become overly defensive when someone asks them this question. You have to realize that most people do not even truly understand what a pyramid scheme actually is. So instead of automatically becoming defensive about it, just get excited to have an engaging conversation with someone about this opportunity that you've become really passionate about. Alright, so the key to answering this question successfully is making sure that you understand what that person is asking. Okay, so you're gonna find that many times they don't even really know what they're asking you. So when someone comes up to me and asks, is this a pyramid scheme? The first thing I do is respond with a question. I ask them, well, what do you mean by that? This works great for two reasons, okay? The first reason is that if the person is actually trying to attack me and insult what I do, it's gonna make them realize that I'm happy to have to answer the question and have a conversation with them, but it's not just going to be a one-sided conversation where they're just putting me down, right? Instead, I'm going to show them in a non-confrontational way that they're going to need to back up the claims that they're making just as much as they're going to ask me to back up my claims. I think that helps level the playing field. The second reason is a lot more common, and that is because, like I said before, most people asking you this question are genuinely interested in your answer. They have little to no experience with what you do, and if you make sure that you understand what they're really asking, you'll be able to give them a much better answer, and many times they'll finish the conversation a lot more interested in what you're doing than they were before. Okay, so they ask you, is this a pyramid scheme? And you respond with, well, what do you mean by that? Then they'll probably say, like, is it one of those things where you have to go sign up a bunch of people under you and it looks like a pyramid when it's all said and done? Now, this is exactly what I say to them. I say the answer is yes and no. Now, this really gets their attention because they're thinking, well, how can it be yes and no? So they're really listening to me now. And then I say, it is like that in the sense that as I teach others about the products of my company and they decide that they want to become a member, they do sign up under me. And depending on where I put the people in my downline, it could end up looking like a triangle. But because the majority of the members in my company don't sign up to do it as a business, it doesn't usually end up looking like a pyramid. Okay, and this is actually a really good time if you have a larger team to number drop. So I'll add something like, I have a little over 40,000 people on my team and they're kind of spread out all over the place. So my organization definitely doesn't look like a pyramid. And I found that people asking this question get so hung up on the fact that it's shaped like a pyramid that if I can steer them away from that idea, it makes them a lot more comfortable. So did you hear how I did it? I acknowledge that it does have the potential to look like a pyramid, but it doesn't usually end up exactly like that. So now they're thinking, okay, so it's not as much of a pyramid as I thought. And then I continue my no answer by saying, but it's definitely not a pyramid scheme, because pyramid schemes are illegal, and where network marketing schemes are totally legal. And that's actually due to one major difference between the two. Can you see how at this point they're going to be hanging on my every word because they're going to be like, oh, what's the difference between the two? They're really wanting to know. So at this point I take like 30 seconds and explain to them the real definition of an illegal pyramid scheme. And I say something like this: there's a huge difference between an illegal pyramid scheme and a legitimate network marketing company like mine. Yes, it's true that they both can end up looking like a pyramid and they both involve inviting people to sign up with the company, but here's the big difference that most people don't know, which causes so many people to erroneously believe that network marketing companies are pyramid schemes. And that is that in a pyramid scheme, there's no product involved. So basically, if I were in a pyramid scheme, I would try to get you to sign up with me by just paying money to the company. And the only reason you would sign up is so that you could get other people to sign up so that you could make money off of them. But no one is buying anything. Does that make sense? They're just paying money to the company in hopes that they can get other people below them so that they can make money off of them. That's a pyramid scheme. So in a legitimate network marketing company, there's always a product involved, and that's the difference. And what that product is just depends on what the company is, obviously, what they want to sell. So pause it And at this part in my response, I love to make the comparison to a store that they already know and love, and that's Costco. So I say this, you know the store Costco, right? And their answer is usually, yeah, of course. Then I say, well, my company works exactly like Costco. At Costco, you pay an annual membership fee so that you can purchase their products at a discounted wholesale price, right? And they're shaking their head in agreement. And I continue, so my company works exactly like that. You pay an annual membership fee of $35. Now that's what my company's cost is. You can insert your company's fee there. So that $35 makes me a member and allows me to purchase any products I want to from the company at a discounted wholesale price for the entire year. There's no minimum that I have to buy. I don't have to build a business with the company. I can just be a member and receive the discounted price. Now this next part is something that I love to say to people because it just adds to the credibility of my Costco comparison. So I'll add on, actually 80% of the 5 million people who are members of my company have never signed up another person, which just goes to show that the only reason they signed up with the company is to buy these great products at a discounted price, right? And that's exactly what you and I do with Costco. So I'm relating with them. Now, let me just make a quick side note about that statistic I just shared. Don't just throw out numbers here. Use the real numbers from your company. That 80% statistic I just shared is 100% true with my company. So if you don't know what the ratio of consumers to business builders is in your company, I suggest that you go find out what that is. And just so you know, if your company has more business builders than they do consumers, that should be a huge red flag. But we'll talk about that in a different video, all right? Just for now, know that it's powerful for the person asking about the pyramid scheme to see that a large amount of the people who sign up with your company do it solely to buy the product rather than signing up so that they can make money by signing other people up. Does that make sense? So can you see how comparing it to Costco will be so effective in helping you answer this question? It totally is, and it absolutely works in any country I've worked in with my teams in Latin America, in Europe, and even Asia. I've found that they always have a store that works in a similar way that I can compare it to. So most people are pretty sold at this point, and you've answered their question, but I like to just add on one more thing to seal the deal, because you will have one or two more people who still have at least one lingering doubt, and that is, yeah, but you're still actively recruiting people to sign up so that you can make money off of them. So I try to add on this last part before they even have a chance to ask that, because if you can acknowledge it yourself before they have to bring it up, it shows them that it's something you're already very well aware of and that you already have the answer to it. Okay, so I finish with this. I say, now that being said, there are still some people who worry about me getting paid by sharing products with others. But really, all it is the company compensating me for referring someone to them. And again, Costco has their referral program that's basically the same thing. Did you know that if you refer someone to Costco and they end up signing up as a member with Costco because of your referral, that Costco will give you money? Now, either they did know that or they didn't know that. Either way, they're like, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm sure most people have heard of it, right? So you just say, so yeah, it's extremely similar to that. So when I answer the question like this, everyone, including people who initially asked the question, who are trying to attack the industry I'm a part of, are okay with the answer I've given, because seriously, even if they wanted to, how could they shoot down that answer? It's 100% true, and if they did still want to say it's not a legitimate company, they would have to give up their Costco membership, right? Because they're slamming Costco. So I promise you that if you answer this question, is this a pyramid scheme, in the way that we've gone over in this video, and you do it with confidence, the majority of the people you talk to will walk away from the conversation having developed a new opinion of the network marketing industry. And that's my goal, really. I want them to walk away with a broader understanding of how it works, as well as feeling intrigued by how pleasant of a conversation it was. Because so many network marketers, when asked this question, become defensive about it. And then they get up on their soapbox talking about how in reality, every company is shaped like a pyramid, and you're at the bottom of your pyramid, but mine's better because I'm at the top, blah, blah, blah. That's the worst way that you could answer this question, and it just promotes people's negative feelings about the MLM industry. So we're here to reinvent the culture of network marketing, not give it an even worse reputation. You guys, this is a legitimate business. You know that, I know that. Be confident, compare it to something they already know and love. It's so simple. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you join us in our other videos and on our other social media platforms, and join us in this cause to reinvent the culture of network marketing. All right, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.